Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. You become who you hang out with, or show me your friends and I'll show you your future, are some quotes or expressions about friendship. Making friends is important, but who are the ones really worth keeping? That's on the table today here on Vantage Point. With us on the show today are Natalie Fitzpatrick, Justin Manawis, and Brynell Macomb. Hi, guys. Now, Natalie's been with us since episode 1, so a familiar face to our viewers by now. As for Justin, here's a little bit about Justin. He's from Surrey, Canada, and is currently operations manager and project lead at Elam Housing Society. He holds a bachelor's degree in business administration, PMP designation. As for Brynell, she is originally from Cameroon, Central Africa, but now currently resides in New Brunswick, Canada. She is currently a production worker at Irving Personal Care. She holds a diploma in mathematics science and is pursuing a bachelor degree in biochemistry and molecular biology at Moncton University. Hello to you both, and thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you, Brother Fellman, for having us.
Hello, it's so nice to be here.
Brynell, how about getting our discussion underway here by describing for us, in your own words, what makes a friend?
Brother Fellman, what makes a friend to me is someone present in your life no matter what. Someone who can sacrifice some of her or his time to be with you. Someone who is able to tell you the truth. And as a member of the Church of Christ, someone who can help you to become a better version of yourself. And when it comes to the performance of our duties, and help you to grow in faith, and this go both ways.
Justin, how about you? What makes a friend?
Well, to me, Brother Felmar, what makes a real friend has something to do with what my dad told us when we were still young. Real friends are friends that do not change who they are with you, despite various circumstances that happen in life. People have different paths in this life with different journeys, but real friends keep their friendship and are always there for each other.
Brother Felmar, our topic for today, though, is real friends versus fake friends. So is there really such a thing as a fake friend? And does the Bible have anything to say about that?
That's a good question, Natalie. Let's turn to the Bible, here in 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and the verses 26. In my many travels I have been in danger from floods and from robbers, in danger from my own people and from Gentiles. There have been dangers in the cities, dangers in the wilds, dangers on the high seas, and dangers from false friends. According to the Bible, fake or false friends do exist.
I also noticed that the Bible identifies false friends as a danger to our own well-being.
Correct. The Apostle Paul was enumerating here the dangers that he experienced in his many travels, and what were some of them. He said, dangers in the cities, dangers in the wilds, and dangers from false friends. So even the Apostle Paul could not avoid encountering fake or false friends, people who presented themselves to be genuine friends at the start, but in reality, they were not.
Well, Brother Felmar, I don't think anyone wants to make false friends on purpose, especially people who would harm our well-being. So, Brother Felmar, what are the friendships that are really worth making?
The Bible gives us the following guidance and instruction here in 2 Timothy chapter 2, and the verse is 22. Avoid the passions of youth and strive for righteousness, faith, love, and peace, together with those who, with a pure heart, call out to the Lord for help. The Bible teaches us to strive for righteousness and to be in the company of people who call out to the Lord for help. When we are making friends with these types of people, what effect will it have on our life? According to the Bible, we will live a life filled with faith, love, and peace. And companions who strive to live a holy life will surely never lead us towards danger, but will be around to help us when we need helping.
I'm wondering, Brother Fell, is there an example in the Bible of someone who used godliness as the basis for making friends?
There is. Listen to what King David said when considering his circle of friends. Here in the book of Psalms, the chapter is 119 and the verse is 63. I am a friend of all who serve you, of all who obey your laws. King David was eager to be a friend of those who serve God or wanted to obey God's laws. The question is that also how we choose our friends? Because as Christians, we look to the Word of God as the foundation for right living. So these Bible based teachings should be the standard we base our decision on when choosing the people we surround ourselves with or when choosing our friends. So, Brunel, if I may ask you, have you experienced this? Making friends with those who call out to the Lord, like what the Bible said earlier.
Yes, Brother Fellman, I have friends that are members of the church, and I can definitely say that the differences are very much noticeable from acquaintances I've had before. With my friends who call out to the Lord, I spent most of my free time with them, fulfilling church duties or church activities. And we actually became friends because of our similar duties.
And what about you, Justin? What has your experience been with making friends who live a life of faith, love, and peace?
Actually, Brother Felmar, similar to Brunel, actually, most of my friends are all members of the Church of Christ. We actually became friends because when we were kids, waiting for our parents to finish their church duties, we started talking and playing. And from that, we built a lifelong friendship. We then became officers of our own in the Children's Worship Service Choir, and now we all hold various duties inside the church.
Natalie, if we can go to you now, in your own words, what are some of the challenges nowadays in the work or school environment or in society in general, which can make it difficult for someone to follow what the Bible teaches about making true friends?
Truthfully, I think this is something I've personally struggled with all of my life, at least when finding real friends. Because I've had superficial friends growing up, the kinds that barely scratch the surface and don't really feel the need to get to know you on a deeper level. And a lot of the time, the barrier that would cause that lack of interest came from my heavy involvement within the church or my views in comparison to their own. So when it came to traditions and holidays that they might celebrate, because I wouldn't entertain those same events or ideas that they would, I pretty much got dubbed the church girl growing up. And there was always that wall of being the church girl. And I think that became most evident when I was in high school, when parties were really big and people were drinking socially. And that also carried on, of course, when I went into college too. So while other people outside of the church might find these things normal, it's not something we entertain or we encourage inside the Church of Christ. And I know that I've had, many, many days where I've had to explain this to my friends, and having that conversation can be a bit of a challenge.
If I could add to what Natalie said, there are definitely barriers to making friends in accordance with the teachings of the Bible and being a member of the church. The world has evolved to become super sensitive to social and moral values. We also live in a world full of cancel culture, where you can be canceled or rejected because of your values, and if they're not in conformance to what is popular or what the world views as right.
As youth members in the Church of Christ, what are your words of encouragement to our fellow brothers and sisters in the faith who are looking for true friends? And Natalie, if we can start with you, please.
Pay attention to the way that you're treated. Actions really, really do speak louder than words. And I say that from the heart because I've witnessed it time and time again, where people get used to telling us exactly what we want to hear, But that can be hurtful when it comes to proving it with the way that they treat us. And we're given false expectations. And I think having a real friend means having someone you can be real with and can also expect them to be real with you. And that is being honest, straightforward, understanding, but also someone that can motivate and push you to be the best you can be.
Brunel, would you like to add to that?
My piece of advice to my brethren in faith when it comes to looking for true friends is ask yourself, does that person respect your belief? A friend that does not respect your beliefs can easily influence your values and try to lead you away from them. And as a member of the Church of Christ, does that friend understand our obligations in the church? Do you share a loving and honest relationship with that friend? And Brother Fellman, I also speak French. French is my first language, so allow me to say this one in French. Nous devons donc être très pointilleux et prudents lors du choix d'un ami. Pour moi, si une personne peut répondre positivement aux questions que j'ai posées plus tôt, alors vous avez été béni par Dieu. Parce que je crois qu'un véritable ami qui vit une vie de foi, d'amour et de paix vous aide à mieux grandir et est une bénédiction de Dieu.
Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you, Justin, Natalie, and Brunel, and everyone who tuned in. Stay safe. God bless.
As-tu aimé l'épisode d'aujourd'hui? Partage et tag-nous vantage.inc et suis-nous sur Instagram pour toi d'avoir les dernières nouvelles sur Vantage. Cherchez-vous plus de contenu chrétien? Faites sûr d'explorer notre site principal incmedia.org. À la prochaine!